It's Chris Smith time. Oh, hello, everybody. It's me, Chris Smith. This is one of those February this and that episodes that I so love to do. I was recording this and then I messed up and had to start over when I was almost finished. And then I did it a second time and I was almost finished and I hit a button and deleted the whole thing. So here I am again for the third time. So what I was saying in the other two versions was I had hit a button and ended the Suffs review that I was doing early without a farewell. And even though I know you can add to it and edit, I don't do that. So I just wanted to say, go see Suffs the musical on its national tour, and I think you'll learn a lot. It's a very good music, very good story, and you'll learn a lot of things about history and women fighting for the right to vote. And one thing that I was really surprised about, when I was little, I remember hearing the word suffragettes. And it turns out that suffragettes is a derogatory term, and they were actually suffragists and fighting in the suffrage movement for the right to vote. So I was surprised that suffragettes was such a negative term, and I feel terrible that I ever let it into my brain. But who knew? I guess they were calling them suffragettes to sort of poke fun of the fact that they were women, which is nothing to poke fun of the fact of. And it made me think, should we start calling Smurfette from the Smurfs Smurfagist? That was just one thing that I thought of and wanted to say in this video. Aren't you glad? What else did I talk about? Oh, yes. I was saying that Blackie Humphrey... Hold on one second. This is his third time doing this. He's like, what the hell? See, he doesn't have a kiss this time. Blackie Humphrey, I had told you in the December this and that he was having kidney issues, and we changed his food to a renal blend, and cut out his chickens and proteins. He was getting too many proteins. So we cut that out, and he seems to love his food, and I'm hoping that when we go to the vet in a couple of months that his numbers will be much better. I just wanted to say that those of you who had written and wished Blackie Humphrey good luck and remembered him in your prayers, that he's doing well right now, so thank you for that. We even received a singing telegram from a fan. And then, not to just tell Blackie Humphrey's medical problems, I have had a swollen foot for a month that I thought was like a sprain. And then I finally went to the doctor because everybody was nagging me. And they did all these tests. They did blood tests. They even did urine tests. Urinetown, the musical. And everything was fine. Everything was negative. So they think, and they even checked for blood clot. And I was like, a blood clot, but it wasn't a blood clot. They think that it's something called a dependent edema, and it comes from probably partly from my bad lifestyle choices of eating and probably drinking, and not that I'm a drunk, of course, and also I sit a lot at my job, so I've got to wear a small compression sock, not one of those big ones that goes up to your knee, and it doesn't have to be that tight. And they wanted me to elevate my leg above my heart while I was sleeping. And I tried to do that last night. I couldn't sleep very well at all. I had to get up at 1 a.m. and I watched a movie. I watched Outward Bound, based on the old play by Sutton Vane, and starring Leslie Howard. And that takes me to the fact that we had a reading of my musical last week, Between Two Worlds. And it went very well. And it's based on Outward Bound by Sutton Vane, the 1923, I believe, play. Um, there was a worldwide hit. And it is a mystery, a supernatural mystery. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's about a group of people on a cruise ship. Um, and in case you haven't seen the story, I don't want to give anything away. But yes, so it was a play, then it was the movie Outward Bound with Leslie Howard of Gone with the Wind fame. Later he'll do Gone with the Wind after Outward Bound. He played Ashley. You know, recently I found out from my brother Jim Smith that Leslie Howard died in World War II. I had no idea. And yet John Wayne didn't go to World War II. He was the sole breadwinner. So he stayed back home and made movies about war, which I guess was sort of his patriotic duty. It sort of gives you a lesson, kids. Just say you're the sole breadwinner if there's ever a war and they want you to fight. And you can stay and make war movies instead. But, yeah, that Outward Bound, the movie, wasn't very good, and Leslie Howard wasn't very good in it. I thought he was a little overacting. But then they made Between Two Worlds in the 40s, which was a remake of the movie, and ours is called Between Two Worlds, the musical, and it is based on the play. It's an adaptation, and it was held in North Hollywood. 8 actors were there, very talented, at a table reading, which is why we call it a table read. I was there, the book writer. Alex, our composer, was there. Clayton, who has been dreaming of this show for 30 years, and finally, when it became part of public domain, we started writing it. He was on Zoom from Illinois, and of course, Kay Cole, our brilliant director, was there leading the way. And I'm very excited. Kay Cole, I've told you before, is from A Chorus Line, which is on my wall back there. Oop, see? Right there. Oop. Yes, so she is our director, and she is amazing. And I can't say too much about it, except that a seagull figures prominently in the show. So I put one on the front of my book, and of course, the others on the back. So I'm excited about that. And what else? Oh, there's some news about Boop that I'm going to tell you about now. Shall we? Okay, so they've made some announcements of some of the cities that will be having Boop in the upcoming North American tour that starts in the fall of 2026. And there aren't very many that we know yet. But what we do know, according to boopthemusical.com/tour, is that the cities include Cincinnati, Ohio, October 20th to the 25th, 2026. Atlanta, Georgia, January 12th, 2027 to January 17th. Houston, Texas, January 19th to the 24th, 2027. Kansas City, Missouri, March 2nd through March 7th, 2027. And Las Vegas, Nevada, May 11th to May 16th, 2027. So as you can see, there are some gaps because we don't know all the cities, but it is a 50 cities tour, which is very exciting. And I also wanted to point out that we received some very sad news just the other day, or last week, that my Grandma Glover, pictured here, has passed away. Now, Grandma Glover wasn't my biological grandmother. She was my teacher in high school, an English teacher and a beloved teacher. She even taught my brother Jim Smith. And so many people. She practically taught half the town. And this is at our class reunion a few years ago, and she was well over 90 at this point. Look how good she looks. And I think she was like 98 or 99 when she passed away. So we're all very sad. She always called herself a grandma Glover. She said that she was all of our grandmas. And she was so funny and taught me many things that I can't even think of right now. But if you give me a take-home test, I'll probably be able to write a big essay about her. But I can't say enough about Grandma Glover. Here she is. You know, I needed to ask my brother about her funeral because it was going to be held the other day, and I never heard what happened. Anyway, we're all thinking of you, Grandma Glover. I know that she's watching us from above. Or probably she's just reuniting with loved ones, because who wants to watch what's going on this planet? Anyway, that's my this and that for right now, and I will come back and tell you more things the next time that it's Christmas time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.